County Sheriff's Department, our chief, Jody Spradlin, here with Conway Police Department, and tell me again their title. Lieutenant John being with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department. Before we get started, I'll just kind of tell you that, as you would imagine, this is an ongoing investigation. You'll find out this is an ongoing investigation. There are some things that, some questions that they will not be able to answer, so just be mindful of that. This is an investigation, and we don't want to hurt any part of this investigation, so just be mindful that there are certain things that they will not be able to answer. So we are going to get started with Sheriff Rouse.
Well, welcome and thank y'all for coming. It's a heartbreaking situation that we're encountered with, but this previous Saturday on July the 7th, we had taken a report of a 71-year-old white female who had not come back from shopping, according to her husband, who lives in the Worcester area. Her name is Elvia Stein. And she's 71 years old. So we took a report and noted that, well, through the investigation, through the process of trying to locate her, obviously she never did return. But over the next several days, the Faulkner County Sheriff's Department worked intensely looking for video evidence, clues, researching her credit cards, where she was last spent money at, and we were able to determine that her last location was at TJ Maxx here in Conway. During that investigation, we have recovered some video footage of her actually exiting the TJ Maxx store, and she hasn't been seen since. But immediately following that, we had her car that was racing out of the parking lot in front of Target. TJ Maxx goes behind some areas. We have another location where it possibly was at, and then disappears. Subsequently, a few days later, Jefferson County, we understood, had a female that they had located deceased in a rural part of their county. And obviously we took a look at that, and we have identified as of 1 o'clock today as that being Miss Fragstein. And so that's kind of where we are at on this investigation.
Do you think she was kidnapped from the shopping center here in Conway?
We are relatively confident that that she was taken by force in the parking lot of the mall.
Is there any idea, like, what motive there would have been behind that kidnapping?
We have no idea. Not at this time.
Does Conway have plans to kind of beef up security in shopping centers?
Yes.
Chief.
And actually, in regard to that question, we understand that this can cause great alarm for the public. Some places you think you're very safe to go to in the middle of the day, and something like this happens. So we have beefed up our security. We have dedicated officers just for our shopping areas. We're calling our summer kickoff for our safe shop secure program, kind of like we do during Christmas. And we have officers that are dedicated to our shopping areas from opening to close.
We had heard from some people that there may have been another attempted kidnapping in that same area of a teenager around that time. Can you comment on that at all?
I don't even know about that, no ma'am.
The woman that was in the surveillance photos with Ms. Frankenstein, is it the same woman that's in both the Starbucks photo and the TJ Maxx one?
Yes.
Is that a person in question?
That was just her route. That was just her routine of grabbing a sandwich and eating, going and having her shopping.
I mean the other woman that was in both photos, not Ms. Frankenstein, the other woman that was seen in both photos.
Oh no, I'm not sure who she is or what you're talking about there. Yeah.
Do you have any persons of interest or suspects or anything at this time, or you're?
We do not. The one thing to take note, I know you see the back page of this, on the back page of your information sheet is the vehicle that belonged to Ms. Fragstein, was a 2013 Honda CR-V, and that vehicle has not been located yet.
So on surveillance camera or on the surveillance video, are there any images of possible suspects or not at this time?
Well, we can't comment on that right now.
What is the license plate for this? Should people be on the lookout for the CRV and?
I would say that would be probably useful, be helpful.
What's the license plate? Do you know?
453 Tom George Ocean. I'm sorry, TGM.
Do you have any idea how long she had been deceased prior to finding her?
I don't know if it's been prior to finding.
How long she had been deceased when you found her?
I think they estimated 3 or 4 days, so probably since Saturday afternoon later.
And what was the nature of the attack, possibly? Can you comment on that?
I can't comment on that right now.
Is Jefferson County also working in the investigation?
Yes, I want to also reiterate, as this was transpiring, Conway PD came in to assist with us on this investigation. We are working hand in hand with them. Also with Jefferson County Sheriff's Department, they're also another agency that's we've been working side by side ever since the moment that we found out that they had found a lady up there, just trying to find an identification process and working with us now, obviously. And Arkansas State Police is also in assistance with us in some aspect too, as well. We have taken, anyway, that's the agencies that's involved.
Are you calling it a murder?
Yes. Yeah, it is a homicide investigation at this point. I want to reiterate also, Chief Spradlin had made mention that this can be alarming to the community, something like this occurring. And Conway PD and knowing their professionalism and their staff and being able to bring officers into shopping areas and intensify that type of patrol is being done. But it's also, and it's not only at shopping malls, just remind the public that when you're out and about, be aware of your surroundings. Know what's going on around you. When you walk to a car, use all the safety tips you know to get to that vehicle. Park in lighted areas. This was in broad daylight, so who's to say? But just be mindful of your surroundings, as you travel throughout your day.
Are you saying what the cause of death was at this point, or no?
Not yet, no.
You looking for someone?
I'm sorry?
Are you looking, you have any suspects?
We're looking for evidence that will lead us to suspects.
So right now you don't have any suspects?
We're looking for evidence that will lead us to suspects. Any other questions? Have you got anything for Chief Spradlin or the Lieutenant from Jefferson County?
How did you find out? Did somebody call and tip you off about the body?
Yeah,
Or
who discovered the body?
Yes, ma'am. It was a resident in Jefferson County in a rural area that discovered the body. And that was approximately 10 a.m. on the 11th of July.
Where was the body found? I know it's a rural area.
We're early in our investigation, so we'd like to keep that to ourselves right now.
And what time did you say it was?
It was approximately 10 a.m. is when our dispatch had notified us.
And that was on the 11th?
11.
Yes, sir.
11.
Is that it? Okay, thank you guys. Very much.
Thank you.